Welcome back to We Learn tutorial. I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to start a new chapter of class 9th. This is chapter 4th of NCERT and the name of the chapter is linear equations in two variables. So let's start. So before starting this chapter, let us revise or recap linear equations in one variable which you have already done in earlier classes. So let's recap it. So if I write this x plus 1 is equals to 0. This is linear equation in one variable. So why this is equation? Because of this sign of equality. See, whenever you see this sign, this thing, it will be known as equation. This thing you always have to remember. And here you can see this 1x. And in this complete equation, you can only see x and plus this constant. Constant means any number 1, 2, 3, 4, any number. So that is constant. So this is variable. So that's why this is known as linear equation in one variable. So linear equation means its degree will also be 1. So that you have already done. So will not go into that topic now. Just this is linear equation in one variable. If I take this thing 2y plus 3 is equals to 0, this is again linear equation in one variable because only one variable we can see here and one constant. So now let us move forward towards linear equation in two variables. See, this is one variable. So now the same equation I will take, but in place of 1 now I will write 1y. So now I have x plus 1y or 1y, simple y also we can say, because if 1 is there, no need to write. So x plus y is equals to 0, or x plus y plus 2 it equals to 0. The only difference between the previous thing and this thing is that only x was there when we were discussing about linear equation in one variable. Now you can see x is also there, y is also there. So two variables are there. That is why it is known as linear equation in two variables. This is again because this is an equation, that's why sign of equality is also there. Any other equation also we can take. 2a plus 3b is equals to 6. In this equation also we can see two variables are there, any alphabets. It can be a, b, c, d, any alphabets, but two should be there in single equation. So this is one single equation. In one equation I have two variables. Here also a and b are the variables. And here x and y are the variables. So one standard form is there how to write this equation. So you should know that also. Standard form of this equation is I will write as ax plus by plus c it equals to 0. So this is the standard form. See, this is one equation and you can see in this equation x and y are the variables. Don't get confused because I have written a and b. Here a and b are not variables. X and y are the variables. Then a and b, a, b and c, these are the constants. Constants means any number. Now let's compare this standard equation with this equation which I have taken. So here see, x and y variables are a and b. So variables are a and b. We are just comparing. So if you want, we can write in same way 2a plus 3b. This 6 also we can shift to this side. So this 6, it's plus 6. On changing the side, it will be changed to minus 6. is equals to 0. So 2a plus 3b minus 6 is equals to 0. So now we can compare with this standard, and you can see a and b are the variables, and constants like here a, b and c. Constants are 2, 3 and minus 6. So a is 2, b is 3 and c is minus 6. So this, every time whenever you are writing any linear equation in two variables, just compare with this standard equation, and you should know the values of constant, plus you should know which two are the variables. Now for these equations you should know few things. I'll take this only, this equation which I have taken. This is 2a plus 3b is equals to 6. So if I have taken this equation, because in next exercises we have to solve equations also. For sometimes whenever you have to solve the equations, these two things you always have to remember. First thing, whenever you have to do multiplication or division with this equation, this is for all the equations, not for two variables but for all the equations, whether that it's a linear equation in one variable or in two variable, you should always remember these 2 points. So whenever you are doing any addition or subtraction in this equation, like we'll take example also. So any addition or subtraction if you are going to do with this on this equation, then it should be on both sides. Any changes whenever you are going to make, it should be on both sides of the equation. So how I have this equation, 2a plus 3b is equals to 6. Let us suppose I want to add 6 in this equation. If I want to add 6, I have to add on both the sides 2a plus 3b plus 6, then because this 6 is already there, so this 6 I am adding. So if I want to add 6 in this equation, I have to do that thing on both sides of the equation. See, this is left hand side of the equation, this thing, and this is right hand side of the equation. So any changes, it should be on both the sides of the equation. And why it should be on both the sides? Let us see. See, 2a plus 3b plus 6, this 6 I am writing as it is. Then this 6, see, I have 6 plus 6, both the 6 are in plus. So what we will do, let's shift this 6 to this side. So this plus 6, if we change the side, it will be changed to minus 6, because 2 6 are there. So 1 I have shifted to this side, so still 1 6 is there. So see, plus 6 minus 6, which means 6 minus 6, 6 minus 6 is 0. They both will get cancelled. So again what I am left with, 2a plus 3b is equals to 6, which is equal to my previous equation or the original equation. Same way if you want to do subtraction also, subtraction again it should be on both the sides, minus 6 minus 6. Why on both the sides? I have already explained you. If you are making any change on both the side of the equation, then there will not be any change in the original equation, it will be same. That's why every change it should be made on both the sides. So this was about addition and subtraction. Now same goes with multiplication and division. So multiplication or division, if you want to do, see, this thing you will understand only once you solve the exercise and solve the questions or solve the equations. But you have to remember that multiplication and division also, if you are doing, it should be on both the sides. Same equation we can take, 2a plus 3b is equals to 6. Suppose you want to multiply this equation with 6. So you have to do with, you have to multiply both the sides of the equation with 6 now. 6 into this thing, 6 into this thing. Again, now you have done multiplication. Now again, if we want to change the side, anything, so let us change the side of this 6. This 6 is getting multiplied with this. See, if we have to change the side, it will get divided. See, on changing the side in the equation, multiplication will be changed into division, division will be changed into multiplication. Same goes with addition and subtraction also. On changing the sides, addition will be changed to subtraction, and subtraction it will be changed to addition. So here 6 was there, it was getting multiplied with this. We are changing the side, so this multiplication it will be changed to division. That's why now this 6 is getting divided by these two. So this 6 and this 6, any one you can cancel. So 6 get cancelled with this 6. So again we are left with this thing, which was our original equation. So that's why whenever we make any change on equation, it should be on both the sides, so that if we see the equation, it will be same as the original one. So this concept which we have learnt till now, all these concepts, the standard form of the equation of linear equation in two variables, all these things we are going to use while solving exercise 4.1. So let's start the exercise now. So before starting with the exercise, I just want to share the situations where you can use linear equations in two variables. Common example is, see, in your class, you know, boys and girls are there. So in your class, total number of students is 40. Total students, it is 40, we are assuming. Now you know girls are also there and boys are also there, but you don't know the number of girls and number of boys. So in that case, we can write x, it's the number of boys, and y, it is number of girls. So we can write x plus y, it is equals to 40. So whenever two different types of scenarios are there, now it's boys and girls. So if you add total number of boys and total number of girls, you will get that number equals to 40. Since you don't know the number, that's why we are assuming one as x and the other one as y. So in these types of situations, wherever two scenarios are there, we'll assume two variables and we'll make up the equation. Now let's start with the exercise. So the first question of the exercise is, the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. See, like I have already told you, we have discussed the example of number of girls and boys in class and the total number of students. Same thing, there two scenarios were number of boys and number of girls. So here two scenarios. First one is cost of notebook and the other thing is cost of pen. So these two scenarios, just whenever you have to write a linear equation, just find it out. Since you are writing a linear equation in two variables, find out the scenarios, which two things or two situations or two things which you have to assume as your variables. So cost of notebook is there, and then we have cost of pen. These are the two things which are required in this statement or in this question. So one we will assume as x. Anything you can assume as x, anything you can assume as y, but you have to make this statement as per the requirement. So cost of notebook will assume, let the cost of notebook be x. Let us assume it as x, and this hint is also given in your book, but directly also you can assume, let the cost of notebook is equals to x and cost of pen is equals to y. Then making linear equation is very simple. You just have to read this line and put the signs accordingly. See, cost of notebook is What is your cost of notebook? Cost of notebook, it is x. So write. So I'm just reading, I'm just making the equation. You also have to do in same way. Cost of notebook we have already written x. Now what is this is? Is means equals to, always make like this or do like this. X, which is cost of notebook, is means equals to twice. Twice means 2 times. So write 2 here. Twice the cost of a pen. Twice the cost of a pen. Twice, thrice or 4 times, 5 times, whenever this thing is mentioned, just after that number put a sign of multiplication, or if you don't want to put a sign of multiplication, you can also make brackets. Twice means 2, the cost of pen. So what is your cost of pen? Cost of pen is y. Because bracket is also, it means this thing is getting multiplied with this thing. So we have made the equation x is equals to 2y. See how simple it was. Now write down the standard equation which I have already told you. This is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So this is standard linear equation in 2 variables. You have to write the equation in this form. Now this form means one side, which is your left hand side, this is right hand side of the equation, this is left hand side of the equation, and this is right hand side. So right hand side is 0. So just write. Now x is there, this 2y just shift it to this side. This plus 2y, I told you plus, it will be changed to minus. So plus 2y, on changing the side, it will be changed to minus 2y. So you have got the equation x minus 2y is equals to 0. If you compare also, your a is, because here no constant means 1 is there. So a is 1. We can write also x is x. B, second constant, it is equal to minus 2. Because if minus sign is there, you should not ignore the sign. So b is minus 2 and c is 0. X and y are the variables. So this is linear equation in 2 variables for this statement. Now let's do the second question. In question number 2, you have to express the given equation in this form. This means standard form of linear equation in 2 variables. Then you have to indicate the values of a, b and c, which I have already explained you in the previous question also. So here also we'll do. Total 8 parts are there. So we are going to do 4 parts here and 4 parts you have to try yourself. And moreover, I have already shared complete solutions of this exercise in the description. Once you try the remaining parts, you can check out your answers by referring to those solutions also. So let's start now. So the first equation is x minus y by 5 minus 10. So this is already in this form. You can see ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So everything is already on left hand side of the equation. So we just have to write the values of a, b and c. So a which is with x, so nothing is there, which means 1 is there. Now b means whatever the coefficient of y. So one thing here I will explain you. So whatever the constant is present with x, that is known as coefficient of x, coefficient. So whatever constant or whichever constant is there with y, that is coefficient of y. So these things, these constants, they are known as coefficients. So now what is coefficient of y? So with y, you can see y by 5 is written, which means with y, and this minus sign you should not ignore, which means b is equals to minus 1 by 5. Because you have to write in this way, 1, if nothing is written with y, that means with y 1 is there and this 5 is in division form. So the coefficient of y is minus 1 by 5, and you have to write the value of c also. C, the constant term with no variable, that is minus 10. You should not ignore the sign also. So c is minus 10. So in second part, a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 1 by 5 and c is equals to minus 10. Now let's do this part. Now here, because first of all we have to express in this form, x is equals to 3y. So we have to shift all the things on left hand side of the equation. So this 3y also will shift to this side. So which means x plus 3y, if we change its side, it will be changed to minus 3y. So x minus 3y, this side now nothing is there, which means 0 is there. So x minus 3y is equals to 0. So let's write the values of a, b and c. So a means coefficient of x. So with x 1 is there. b is coefficient of y. So with y you can see minus 3 is there. This is b. So b is minus 3 and c, the constant term. So nothing is there, that means c is equals to 0. Now let's do this thing. So this is same like this one. First of all we have to convert it into standard form. 2x is equals to minus 5y. So we have to shift everything on one side. So 2x, this minus y we have to shift to this side. So it will be changed to plus y. As I have already told you, if you are changing the side, minus will be changed to plus, plus will be changed to minus. So this minus 5y, on changing the side, it will be changed to plus 5y. On other side, nothing is there, that means we have to write 0. So 2x plus 5y is equals to 0. Now a is coefficient of x, which means this number, which is equals to 2. b is coefficient of y, the number or the constant which is written with y, that is 5, and c again here it is 0. So a is equals to 2, b is equals to 5 and c is equals to 0. This one 5 is equals to 2x. So again we'll shift on one side, either you shift this 5 to other side or either you can shift this 2x to this side. So let's just shift 5 to this side. So which will be equals to 2x, this plus 5, if we are changing its side, it will be changed to minus 5. On other side nothing is there, which means 0 is there. So 2x minus 5 is equals to 0. Same thing, this now let's write the values of a, b and c. a is coefficient of x, which is 2. b is coefficient of y. So can you see any y in this equation? No, which means there is no y variable, no b. So b is equals to 0. c is equals to the constant term with no variable, that is minus 5. So now remaining 4 parts you have to try yourself, and we'll continue the next video with the exercise 4.2, in which we have to do the solution of this linear equation. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in my next one.